Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today we are checking out My Neighbor Totoro, another Studio Ghibli film. I have watched a few Studio Ghibli movies, Spirited Away, I've seen Ponyo but I don't really remember it, and on the channel I have reacted to Princess Mononoke and I loved that movie. So I'm going to be diving into My Neighbor Totoro today. Now I am being very cautious of these Studio Ghibli movies just because I've heard there's a lot of copyright issues, so these movies are gonna come very few and far between, which is very unfortunate because I love them so much. They are so sort of like relaxing in a way. The music is always so beautiful. The animation is some of the best 2D animation I have ever seen, and so I'm really excited to get into My Neighbor Totoro today because I've heard so much about this movie, just basically Totoro itself, like the big gray bunny looking man. I have seen him everywhere. Maybe it's a her, but I think it's a him. I have seen him everywhere, yet I don't know anything about this movie in terms of plot or story or characters or anything, so I'm basically just excited to see Totoro in this one because I always want to give him a big hug. And before we get into this reaction, let me do the lighting. So let me turn the light. We said what color it should be. Boop. Nice. Okay, so the lighting today, I think I'm going to be going green today just because that feels like a very nice and calming color to watch this Studio Ghibli movie in, so I think I'm going to watch it in green today. And before we get into this reaction, if you'd like to check out more of my videos, you can head over to my Patreon of uncut reactions to many of the movies I watch on YouTube, so the early access reactions to my movies that come out 1 week early. Thank you so much if you check it out, and let's get back to the video. Okay, let's get into this thing. I hope you enjoy my reaction to My Neighbor Totoro. What a fun intro. Oh guys, look at that cricket just marching. Oh my god, these things are so adorable too, and their song is so nice. Ah, the frog escaped, look at him. He's doing some jumping jacks. Wow, already look at these, I don't know, drawings, animations. It wasn't a policeman. Why are they illegal? Green was a great color for the lighting, by the way. Frantically putting hay into a wheelbarrow. The music is also so like happy and charming at the moment. New house. Oh, that's actually, you know, that's kind of beautiful. A little rundown, but it's got that rustic beauty, you know? Aw, they have such good spirits about everything. Oh my god, it's gonna fall on your heads, guys. They're acting just like kids. This is amazing. Wow, that is a giant tree. Ooh, what's that? They can befriend the squirrels. Yeah, I'd rather have squirrels too. It looks they went past it. That's funny. Oh, it's those little ball things, dust balls. I also love that, I think her name is May, the little sister just copies whatever the big sister does, because that is exactly what a younger child would do when they're at this age. Like even with the scream, you can see her scream was like half a second delayed. She was waiting to see what her older sister would do. It's very adorable. I like that the dad is humoring them though. You know, he's not putting them down. Aww. I love this movie so far. It's just so happy, full of energy and life. See what I'm saying? The little sister just does whatever the big sister does. Ooh. Oh, secret staircase. That's kind of creepy, I wouldn't lie. I'd be like, May, go first. Sacrifice. They're like, no, please. They were ready to scream instantly. Oh, there they are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, poor dad. Dude, she's brave. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so adorable. Who are you?
May.
There's always like a really old witch woman. So she could be like a witch woman maybe. Or just a regular old woman, I don't know.
応援に来てくださったんだ。
さつきに妹のメイです。こんにちは。
Suki and May.
でも時々そうじゃしといたんだ。
メイ、手真っ黒じゃない。どうしたの？
I smushed this dust bunny. She actually killed it. Bam! Smushed it to smithereens.
こらすすあたりが出たな。
The soot spreaders.
ちいちゃい頃にはわしにも見えたが。
Aww.
何も見えたんけ。
そりゃ妖怪ですか。
あ、そう。
Exactly like goblins, my guy.
つまらない。だってこんなの出てきたらどうすんの？
I love the detail of the animation too. Like, look at these backgrounds, these like paintings probably. They're gorgeous. This movie has really gotten kids right. Like, no question about it. Their actions, the way they speak, the way siblings interact with each other.
何？ご用？
母ちゃんがばあちゃんに
Is he awestruck that there's a girl here?
え？ね。
やーすきカンタ
Wow, full of trouble, this guy.
さよなら。
Wow, I want to be in that sunset right now. Oh, cold breeze. The spirits are coming. The ghosts of the haunted house are arriving. Oh my god, that is very powerful. You're gonna get blown away like Mary Poppins. My guy is just relaxing. I want to be as relaxed as him. What a laugh. Oh, dude, he's such a good dad. Also so cool to see a single dad. You don't see that often. And they're migrating to another house. I love their hats. He is a very good dad. Oh my god, this whole family is so lovable. This whole movie is just like a hug. You know, a big warm hug. So he's not a single dad. But right now he is. While the mother is sick or something. The dad, what a mood.
こんにちは。
Dude, she has a forehead 9,000.
ねえメイ。心配してたの。お母さんが嫌いだと困るなって。
Nah, the mother loves ghosts.
好き。ね、怖くないよ。
I'm not scared of no ghosts. She should be a ghostbuster.
でもお姉ちゃんすぐ怒るよ。メイがおとなしくしないからよ。
See what I'm saying, guys? This movie is just like warm. It radiates warmth.
そうだね。先生ももう少しで退院できるだろうって言ってたよ。
I hope he isn't lying. Oh my god. Man's gonna be deaf.
さつきちゃんだってあ、みっちゃんっていうの
Oh, speed eating 101.
お父さんねえ、お姉さんみたい
Yeah, you do.
お父さん、お弁当まだ
Is it lunch yet? It's been 1 minute. Oh. Oh. Little tadpoles. Oh my god, I want to have the pure enjoyment and excitement of life as May right now. Another acorn, maybe? Ah, it is. Using her bucket telescope, she found the acorn. Who are you? Oh my god. Oh my god, that is the cutest thing of all time. Look at his little tail! He's like, oh shoot, I'm not invisible. I've blown my cover. Look at the detail, even the knee like stains from kneeling on the ground. Oh my god, there's a blue one. Oh my god, there's a blue one. They're looking at her like side-eyeing her. Be stealthy. Be quiet. Oh my god. Timmy, what have you done? You're gonna be grounded when we get back. That's what's happening right now. It's like Alice in Wonderland a little bit. The rabbit hole. I gotta say that's a sexy tree. I wouldn't mind opening a book underneath that tree, you know? Relaxing. What's around the tree? There's like a line around the tree there. Like a necklace. A tree necklace. Hey, it kind of is like an Alice in Wonderland a little bit. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Oh my god, that is a big butt. Oh my god, she is so cute. Totoro, I think. Open your eyes, let me see. I didn't know Totoro was this big though. Is this Totoro? He's like, whatever. Oh my god, why are you doing this? You're gonna make him sneeze. Oh wow, that was a big sneeze. That's like when my dad sneezes, you know? He shakes the house when he sneezes. Wow, what a shot.
Totoro!
Ah, that is Totoro. Okay, okay. I didn't know Totoro was this big. I thought he was smaller. I am amazed. Back to sleep. What I wouldn't give to sleep on Totoro's stomach right now. What a beautiful shot with some beautiful music. She's going too, okay. Aw, Totoro dropped her off.
すごいね。秘密基地みたいだな。
お父さん
Yeah, it's honestly amazing. What a picnic spot.
おい、待ってくれ。
He's wearing shoes on his hands. Wait, the tunnel just led back. It didn't lead to the tree.
メイが嘘つきだなんて思っていないよ。メイはきっとこの森の主にあった。それはとても運がいいことなんだよ。
Aww.
マイルとは限らない。
W Dad. I love the music. It's been covered. He closed the door and locked it.
きっとずっと昔からここに立っていたんだね。
Hundreds, if not thousands. Aww.
私は 自分も会えたらいいなと思っています。
That's adorable. That is so cute. They have a little band.
これ、はい。
Aww. Why does she look so grumpy?
最後にしてたんだよ。ねえ。
Aww. She's crying.
おばあちゃん、先生に話してくる。
Oh my god, happiest person on the planet right now.
来ますね。
That is like a very scary version of Totoro. That is terrifying. That was so satisfying, those droplet sounds. Oh! See, who's the smart one with the umbrella? Come on. Okay, well, has holes in it, so... It's about better than nothing still. And he has a hat. Kind of a genius, this guy. Aww. This kid, man. He actually is very nice. Oh my god, and he's smiling. He's like, I did a good thing. Oh, yeah, look at him.
だから忘れたの。
雨が降ってる時に傘を忘れるバカがどこにいるの。
Oh, come on.
ごめんください。
I'm sure the mother would not care.
ちゃって、ありがとうございました。
いいのよ。いつだって泥だらけなんだ。
They probably clean him up a little. Aw.
誰が来たんけ。
知らね
Yeah, you do.
お父さん乗ってないね。
Yeah, why? They're still waiting. Is that him? No. I thought maybe he was gonna take the bike. Oh god, where did he go? What happened? Oh my god. Dude, what a good older sister. Model sibling behavior. Oh my god. Just scratching his butt. Look at the leaf on his head. Totoro does not give two hoots about anything. Now that is an iconic shot. Look at that. He's like, you said my name. I am.
こうやって使うのよ。
Totoro with an umbrella is something I never thought I would need to see. Look at his eyes. He looks so shocked. He's like, I'm dry. I'm dry. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've never seen someone so happy in my entire life. That is no bus. It's transportation, catchportation. No, it didn't really work. Sorry, guys. Can't lie. It's a little creepy.
トトロ、お父さんの傘持ってっちゃった。
It's not raining anymore. What the heck kind of frog is that?
海は庭に巻くことにしました。でも、なかなか芽が出ません。芽、
It might take a while.
まるでサルカニ合戦のカニになったみたい。
May is a crab. Here they come. What the heck is that? Oh, that's Totoro again with the umbrella. Dude, he loves that thing. Are they gonna make the nuts sprout? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's so many. I guess there were a lot of a lot of nuts and seeds. Oh my god. Oh my god. Can you imagine the dad like what the heck? Oh wow. Oh wow. That's beautiful. And the music? Wow, what a shot. That is so cool. It's their own little tree. Well, little not being very accurate. That is huge. May? Says Suki, hop aboard. Look at him go. He's kind of like Mary Poppins with the umbrella. That's hilarious. Mary Poppins on a spinning top. Aw, they're playing their little band again. Wait, where's their giant tree? Okay, but there are little plants.
おばあちゃん、これは？
いいよ。
Ah, nice. Dude, I love fresh corn.
おいしい。
Okay.
This is making me very hungry. Why animated food always looks so good.
電報留守だからって預かった。
私んち？
What's the telegram?
おばあちゃん、お父さん夕方まで帰らないの。
Oh, he won't be back till late?
七国山病院。お母さんの病院からだわ。お母さんに何？
Oh no, man.
みーちゃんはここにいな。
Ha! May is not listening.
どこにいな？
This is too important for her to stay behind. No, May! She keeps falling down. This movie should be called May Falls Down. No! You're going the wrong way.
何かあったの？どうしよう、お父さん。
大丈夫だよ。病院に確かめたらすぐそっちへ電話。
I was really worried that there would be something wrong. Oh, May, where are you off to? The goat's like, you called? My name is Satsuki the goat.
ねえ、お母さんの体の。
Oh.
じゃあお母さんが死んじゃってもいいのね？やだー。
Oh.
ばあちゃんが手伝いに来てやったから元気だしな。
Yeah, but their mom is super sick.
ほんのちょっと入院するだけだって。風邪みたいなものだって。
Yeah.
お母さん死んじゃったらどうしよう。
She's been there for a long time, right?
なるんでね。なるんでね。
Must be kind
戻
of
るまでばあ
strange to see her older sister cry too. Is she gonna go to the hospital? Again, landscapes. Oh, so sexy. Also, they're so good at doing the sky. Every single sky shot looks incredible. Look, even the light beams are drawn onto her.
ねえのバカ、すぐ迷子になるくせに。
So she's gonna run that fast for 3 hours? That was a sexy shot. Look at that sunset again.
止まってください。
She was gonna get run over.
何かの間違いじゃない？
じゃあな。
Good luck.
途中で道を間違えたのよ、きっと。
さっきシーケでサンドルが見つかったんだ。
I bet Totoro brings her home safely.
見つかったかい？
Obviously not. Oh, your poor feet.
こっちの方は泥が深いからその先。
They're searching for her body.
ないんじゃない？
Oh, thank God.
早くしないと暗くなるよ。
すまねえなみんな。ご苦労でも手分けして頼むよ。
Yeah, check the tree. Hey, the little balls. Oh. Ah, okay. At least you landed on Totoro. Aww. He's like, watch me opera sing, buddy. I also love the exaggerated sound effects for him. Cat bus. So the adults can't see it, but kids can. Just like the nanny said, right? That looks so soft. Aww. Bye, Totoro. Huh, that's kind of cool. Aww. Does the cat have balls?
トウモロコシをお母さんに届ける気だったの?
Ah, to the hospital, let's go. It's a scary looking cat, but a very nice cat. Cat bus.
かわいそうなことしちゃった。
いや、分かれば安心するさ。
Oh, she's gonna be okay. Aww.
どうしたの?
今そこの松の木でサツキとメイが笑ったように見えたの。
Yeah, you might have. Da 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 da. Goodbye, cat guy. He's still there playing and has the umbrella. And that was my reaction to My Neighbor Totoro, the 1988 Studio Ghibli film starring, and I'm very sorry if I mispronounced any of these names, Hitoshi Takagi as Totoro. Apparently, it's kind of like he was kind of playing like the Vin Diesel of Ghibli. You know, Vin Diesel voices like Groot and the Iron Giant, and he just makes like sounds, and that is his voice acting, but somehow he's very good at them. It seems like Hitoshi Takagi had the Vin Diesel role in this movie. Noriko Hidaka as Satsuki and Chika Sakamoto as Mei. This movie was so good, and it was just so warm. You know, this movie just felt like a giant hug. We had this beautiful green lush animation, this very expressive animation that you've come to love with Studio Ghibli movies. We had these really fun and interesting characters, these very childlike characters, which just make the whole movie so enjoyable and energetic and happy. And we just got a beautiful score as well. And so overall, this movie was just it was just lovable. You know what I mean? And I had this like thing before I watched My Neighbor Totoro where I thought this movie was going to be too childish and maybe a little bit boring, because like what is the movie really? It's just two girls and their dad living at this new house while their mother is in the hospital, and it just didn't really pique my interest. Like nothing about the movie had ever really piqued my interest. But over the past few months and even maybe a year or so, types of movies where it's almost just like a slice of life kind of film have definitely become a lot more interesting to me. And so My Neighbor Totoro has kind of shot up on the list to a movie that I was super interested in, especially after reacting to Princess Mononoke. Now, Princess Mononoke is a very, very different movie than My Neighbor Totoro. The animation in Princess Mononoke, it feels a lot more flashy. Even though it's very naturalistic, it feels a lot more grand and epic, and there's more blood and it's darker, and you know, that's the type of movie it is. This movie is a lot more warm and peaceful and quiet. It's a very contained movie, and I really appreciated for that. You know, it felt very comforting to watch. Even the part where Mei is missing, there is a part of you where like, I know Mei is not going to die in this movie. There's a part of me that was like, the mother could die, but I don't think it's going to be likely. This isn't the type of movie where the mother is going to die. This is the type of movie where everything is going to end very, very nicely, and it did. So even in those instances of stress, the movie still held that warmth, whether it was through the characters or through the environments they were running through, because there was a lot of running and falling down on Mei's part in this movie. Okay, I'm going to get into the reviews of this movie, then I'm going to get into the score, and then I'm just going to talk about the beautiful animation, and then also kind of, I'm hoping that I remember to talk about how well they represented children in this movie, because I thought they did a great job just showing the energy that kids have, the happiness, the gleefulness for life that a lot of kids have that it seems like a lot of adults are missing. So yeah, that's kind of the review outline, if you will. So 8.1 out of 10 on IMDb, which is audience score, and 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is critic score. So it seems like both parties, critics and audiences, absolutely love this movie. An 8.1 out of 10 for IMDb for an audience score is amazing, and I can see why. This movie is so sweet. It is so wholesome. If you watch this as a kid, you'll have nostalgia for it. If you watch it now, you'll realize this movie is also awesome. The animation is so superb that you can't even give this movie a bad review if you didn't like it. Story-wise, because the animation is so good, you still have to give it a positive review. So I I totally agree with these high reviews, and I'm glad that they have high reviews, because there is a lot in this movie, but there also isn't a lot in this movie. And sometimes when a movie isn't about anything or isn't about a lot, like this movie is nowhere near anything that like a Hollywood movie to make. There's not really a really long story. There are some things that are just kind of left open-ended, and the pace is very relaxed. It's something that Hollywood movies don't do that often, and it's something that I've noticed Studio Ghibli movies do quite a bit. There's these very calming slice of life. You don't necessarily need this very large plot to keep the movie moving forward. It's kind of way more focused on these characters and these interactions that they have in their lives, and that is exactly what this movie is. And I'm glad that people have hopped onto the train and really enjoyed that type of filmmaking, that type of movie making, and that type of storytelling. Okay, so the score for this movie as well was incredible. It was just so happy and boppy and peaceful at the same time. You know, there were moments where the score was exciting and it had like these really fun instruments, like when they were doing like the little dust ball guys, that their music was like this weird mix of music that was like off-putting but really fun at the same time, and it just made you want to bounce, kind of like how they were just bouncing around everywhere. And then we had like the theme song for the movie. There was I think she was singing Totoro in the theme song. I'm pretty sure it's the theme song of the movie. It played at the very start of the movie, and I think it played, and I know it played at the very end of the movie, and that was so much fun. I'm going to download that and bop to that movie as well. It just kind of encompassed the movie, this happiness again, this warmth, the music that kind of would go along with these beautiful scenic shots, these beautiful sunsets, giant vast skies, beautiful lush trees in the distance. And you'd have this really nice peaceful music, but it had this energy to it, kind of like the kids, almost as if it represented the children in this movie, Mei and Satsuki, because they were very peaceful. They were very nice children, but they had lots of energy, and I think the score represented those two characters especially very, very well. And the animation from this movie, I said during my Princess Mononoke reaction, if you haven't seen that, you should go check it out, because I love that movie so much. But I said during that is some of the best animation I've ever seen. And while I don't think the animation in this movie is as good as Princess Mononoke, because I think they were trying to make a point with Princess Mononoke. They're like, look, we can do this. We can make this look epic. The animation in this movie is still insane. It is still some of the best animation I have seen. You know, it's just so detailed and rich and colorful. Like, I don't see animation like this in Western media, and I don't even see animation like this outside of Studio Ghibli. It's very contained to the studio. They had their studio, I said that weirdly, didn't I? I said studio or something like that. Anyways, it's very contained to the studio, and they have their very unique style of animation, and it works so well. It is so flowy, and everything combines together. There is not really a separation between background and foreground in the animation. Like, for example, Satsuki's just walking. I think she's trying to find Mei, and there's trees in the background have these beautiful like god rays, like sunbeams going through them, and the sunbeams hit Satsuki, and the shadows on her are animated as if the sunbeams are hitting her. You know, the background interacting with the foreground, and they just mesh really well, and the world feels so rich because of it. There are details everywhere. There'll be just a shot, just like 5-second shot of this background, and you'll see books lying around, things written on the books, the clouds moving in the sky, butterflies flying around. You could pause a frame and look at it for hours and still not notice every single detail present in that one 5-second shot, you know? Like, I could just ramble about the animation for hours. My lighting was beautiful, by the way. For the green, there was so much green everywhere. I loved the vibrancy of the greens, and it just, again, brought in this warmth, you know, this naturalistic warmth that this movie had. And it just felt like the animation, the story of this movie was just gonna give me a really big hug. Like, it was just so comforting, and I loved that so much about it. And finally, I just wanted to talk about how well Mei and Satsuki were done in this movie, because they really felt like siblings and they really felt like kids. The writing for them was incredible. Just the way that they would bicker from time to time, but they would always support each other in the end. You could tell they always cared about each other. And when, especially when like Mei was like, I hate you, Satsuki, like that just felt like a very reasonable response from a younger sibling to the older sibling when the older sibling says something that kind of goes against the younger sibling's belief. And I know it was something very hard for her to wrap her head around, how the mom was sick again and stuff like that, but still it felt like a very appropriate response. And it was the first time we saw her cry on screen, which was cool because it made it a lot more impactful. But their relationship was really, really well done. I loved that Satsuki was this older, she was definitely like a calmer person, but she still was full of energy and she was very brave at times. And I really liked that Mei, you could see her looking up, not even like literally, but also just kind of like figuratively looking up to Satsuki as the older sister, as her role model. You would see her copycat everything that Satsuki would do at the start of the movie, especially when they're running around the house. Everything that Mei did was like half a second behind what Satsuki did, which really just indicated how much she was using Satsuki as a template basically for how she has to go through life. When Satsuki climbs the stairs into the attic, she goes first and then Mei follows. When they're running around the house, Satsuki will say nothing here and then Mei will say nothing here. Mei will check the places after Satsuki, you know? It kind of keeps going back and forth like that, and I really, really enjoyed that aspect because it felt so realistic. And then also the way that they were animated, how floppy they were, how they were running around with their arms out, how they were just tumbling around, how Mei was falling. Little children fall all the time. I don't think that's talked about enough, but little kids fall all the time, and Mei in this movie fell every 5 seconds. This movie could have just been called Mei Falls Down and it would have been a very appropriate title. But the animation did a really good job displaying almost the clumsiness of kids. They would run around and they would miss their stop. They'd run around the corner and they'd have to backtrack and stuff like that because they were caught up in the excitement, caught up in the fun. I thought the movie did an excellent job of representing the energy that kids have, the amount of love for life that kids have. The smallest things, Mei was finding so much enjoyment, and there would be a bucket with a hole in it and she'd be like, yes, this is now the best thing in the world. And it was just so fun to see. It was so charming, and I thought Mei and Satsuki were done especially well in this movie. Also, before I end the review, Totoro was awesome as well. He was so lovable. I wanted to hug him. I wanted to just be in his big giant belly. I wanted to sleep on him and stuff like that. Beautiful creature. I can understand why he is basically the mascot for this studio now. Anyways, that is the end of my review. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to these wonderful, beautiful, amazing people right here for supporting me and supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot. I don't know if I will do another Studio Ghibli movie, or if I do, I don't know which one it'll be. It's gonna be in a while probably, just because I'm very cautious about these copyright strikes that Studio Ghibli tends to give out quite a bit. But it's very unfortunate because I really love these movies. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time for my next movie reaction.